To the Saints Around the World Part 3. I am currently proving that the following scripture is being fulfilled throughout the whole world. If those days had not been cut short, no one would survive, but for the sake of the elect those days will be shortened. Matthew 24:22. This verse proclaims God's grace in shortening the period of judgment by 5 years during the 7-year tribulation to save even one more person. The third piece of evidence I will show today is a secret hidden in the parable of the vineyard owner found in Matthew 20:1-15. The original ancient Jewish time references in the Bible text have been adapted to modern time notation. The vineyard owner hires laborers at 6 a.m. in the morning. 3 hours later, at 9 a.m., he hires more laborers. 3 hours after that, at 12 p.m., he hires even more. 3 hours later, at 3 p.m., he hires laborers again. But strangely, the next group is hired only after 2 hours, at 5 p.m. And 1 hour later, at 6 p.m., he pays all the laborers who were hired that day. The attached illustrations apply this parable to the hexagonal timeline chart. Amazing, isn't it? This parable also depicts God's grace in withholding judgment during the first 5 years of the 7-year tribulation, selecting those he will take to heaven. Pay special attention to the fact that this parable points to the fruit harvest period from mid-June to mid-October in the 5th year. All 3 parables I have shown you so far indicate that the final 4 months of the 5th year mark the final period of grace, culminating on the 8th day of the Feast of Tabernacles, which is 2 months away.
I don't know the day or the hour, mumble mumble. The third temple must be built for the 7-year tribulation to begin. The Antichrist must appear for the 7-year tribulation to begin. A 7-year covenant must be signed for the 7-year tribulation to begin.
To all the ministers, believers, and unbelievers around the world who still refuse to believe God and continue to make such claims, I say this. God made the sun and moon appear similar in size as seen from Earth, so that the phenomena of solar eclipses and blood moons would occur solely to mark 2 heavenly clocks of the last 7 years of human history. Look at the hexagonal timeline, created using total solar eclipses and blood moons, and the decalcomania timeline, made using total and annular solar eclipses. These 2 clocks point to the period from 2020 to 2027. And God has decorated the beginning and end of this period with the appointed feasts of the Lord as proof that this is His work. These clocks clearly say, the period from 2020 to 2027 is the duration of the 7-year tribulation, and at the end of this period, in October 2027, on the day of trumpets, the King will return. It has already been 5 years since the 7-year tribulation began with the COVID-19 pandemic. Only 2 years and 2 months remain until the end of the 6,000-year history of mankind. Israel, having forgotten God, will soon be destroyed, and the time of Jacob's trouble will begin. All who refuse to believe God until the end around the world will perish and be cast into the eternal lake of fire. Are you ready to meet God? To the Saints Around the World Part 3. The End.